Good morning and happy Friday, Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Hop on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Looking for a place to put my mug where I don't mess it up. So let me know where you're watching from, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, and what state or country you're in. I'd love to hear from you. And we are going to get started. A couple of reminders and a couple of things here. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you, my customers, friends, family, and team members, not in that order, that have helped me achieve being number 53 in the country. Now, that's out of about 43,000 demonstrators, so thank you so much for that. And of course, earning the incentive trip, my sales, leadership, team building. Whether you watch me on Facebook, YouTube, or order from me, it all helps me. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, Winann, good morning. And thank you for joining my online classes. It all helps. So again, thank you so much. Just a quick reminder, my online class with the Fitting Florets collection, sign up ends on November 10th, so you definitely want to sign up for that before it's too late. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Jennifer. Again, hi, Winann. Also for November, Donna Gray and I are doing the Sweet Licious Fun Fold Club. Now, we've always done it on Facebook, but because not everybody's on Facebook, we have switched it to YouTube. All right, so if you didn't join because you're not on Facebook, you can now join because it will be on YouTube. Thank you, Stacy. Good morning, Cheryl. Hi, Carolyn. And thank you, Cheryl. I apologize. I woke up with a little frog in my throat this morning. So again, just click on the link that I will have below for you to join the Fun Fold Club. Don't forget to check out the Apparel shop where we just added 2 different ornaments. The Dear Santa, All I Want for Christmas is stamps. You can get that in white, or you can get that in green. And let's get started. So let me flip the camera for a moment. And starting today, okay, I have a thank you to everyone. So what I'm going to do is when you place an order for the month of November or until these things run out, okay, you will get a mystery gift from me. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what may be the mystery gift. So when you place an order, I'll automatically send you something. Doesn't matter how much the order is, okay? I have things like some stamp sets. Some envelopes. You'll see some of this is celebration items, past because they're all past. Some designer series papers. Really, really nice designer series papers that you can't get anymore. Let's just show you. And I even have, let me just grab one. Just trying to make room here. So remember, this is while supplies last with me. Place an order, you will get a mystery gift. Things like bundles. Okay, there we go. All right, so just to let you know that that is going on. All right, so we're going to get started. I think I covered everything. I thanked you. I told you about the mystery gift. The thank you is the best thing that ever. So thank you so much again. And my online classes. Okay, so let me flip the camera and show you what we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm using the Brightest Beauty bundle on page 60. And I think it gets lost in this catalog with all the Christmas things going on. Because, you know, of course, we're all excited about the Christmas and the holiday bundles. But this one is a really nice bundle. So let's play around with that. Actually, I'm going to leave this here for a second. I want to show you something that I did. It may not be my favorite card, but I took this idea right here. And here's the This is the stamp set, and inside is are the stamps. And you see you have that big cutout for this one. You have this die right here, which I love. You'll see that. And then all these little pieces right here cut out all these little flowers. So what I did was I took this idea and I made it my own. And I put little pearls on there. So these dies right here give you all these little little leaves. This right here. And I'll show you what those look like. I don't know that I'm going to be using those today, but so you get something like this. I know they're hard to see. But I did want to show you that. And all these little things, so you can get a lot of those little flowers all at one time. So I like that idea. So I played around with it, and that's what I came up with. I have more samples, and I will show you those in a moment. But first, what we're going to do, I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to do a little simple stamping with this set. So I have a piece of crushed curry. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. I do have quite a few samples to show you, but I was asked about simple stamping for new stampers. And this is my new host code, by the way. So I brought in a piece of crushed curry, half a sheet. And then, of course, my piece on top is the 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus for this. If you don't have the Stamparatus, of course, you can use regular, your blocks, which I'll probably switch to. Sometimes it's easier when I'm doing my lives. But I was asked two things, to show simple stamping, and also a few new stampers wanted to know about the Stamparatus. So I'm going to take this piece of white. I'm going to put that right here. Put that up in the corner. I'm going to bring in my plate with the stamp, which is already on it. Okay. I am going to bring in Evening Evergreen. In here. So the first thing I'm going to do is, since I have that right here, I'm going to take this stamp, which was already on here, and I'm going to put it where I want it, and that's right there. Okay, so I'm just going to place it in there. I'm going to just put my finger here underneath it because it's in the corner. I want to make sure I get that. Okay. So that's where this would go. I have my other, let me grab my other magnet because I am going to want that. Okay, to hold it down. And I have to keep it away from the stamp. There we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my Evening Evergreen. I'm going to press that. Lift that up. I'm going to take this plate off. I guess I might as well leave them on for my next project. And then I have another plate, or you can flip the plate around. I'm going to put this right where I want it, lining it up. So I'll be honest with you, sometimes I get lazy and I just don't want to pull this out. But it's an amazing product, and I do use it a lot behind the scenes. Okay, so I'm just pressing that down, making sure I get that in place. Don't want to move anything. And then I'm going to bring in my crushed curry. And I'm going to ink that up. Now, this is a two-step stamp, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But if you want to get the flowers in their exact position, this is the best thing to use. And I can see that it already moved a little bit, so let me just try to fix that. I'm going to leave it there. And then I'm going to press it down. Hi, Linda. Two Lindas. Hi, Kathleen. There we go. Now you can see that those little flowers are right where they're supposed to be. You'll see some samples of where I didn't use it, and I'll point that out so you can see the difference. So I wanted to show that because I do use it. Well, you know, like I said, you don't always see me use it, but I do. Okay, so for simple stamping, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in those little diamond shapes. And I'm going to create a little bit of a background here. And you can see I'm not stamping, I'm not re-inking the whole time. I want light and dark. So there I have my background. I'm going to bring in So Proud of You. I'll use that. And I'm going to bring in the Evening Evergreen. I'm going to stamp that right here. I'm going to bring that card in. Remember, this is a simple stamping for beginners. This is great, but also if you've been stamping for a while, there's nothing wrong with simple stamping. I love it. Okay, so we're going to put that right there. The inside, let me grab an inside here. And then what I'm going to do is just take this little guy and put that on here. Let's see what little gems. I don't know if I brought over any gems because I really wasn't going to use those, but I do. I have some sequins here, so we'll use the iridescent sequins. So if you have a question for me or you'd like to see me show something, just send me a message and I can do that for you. Okay? I am more than happy to. Sometimes I forget what I've shown, what I haven't. So if you have a question, I actually had 2 questions for this, and that was simple stamping and the Stamparatus. So I did both. And there you have a great, yes, Molly, you're right. It's great for lining up anything. Sentiments, excuse me, sentiments or stamps like this. And there you have a quick, easy, simply stamped card. Now you can step that up. Let me show you that. You can step, here's another one that I did prior to the class. And there's another one. So these are, I would call simply stamped cards. But then I stepped it up one, and I actually cut that out, the piece with the die. Same card, but I added the ribbon, and I added dimensionals up here. And there is that sentiment die that goes with it. Okay. So that's a step up from that. So I just wanted to show some ideas with that. Another idea, I have more. Another idea I did was, again, it's really stamped the same way, but then I added the sentiment and I added some extra designer series paper. This is our Tahitian Tide. Added a ribbon. Wishing you a happy retirement. So you can stamp right on there and then just add some other items and go from a simply stamped card to a more casual card or even an Avid stamper card. Okay, so now, today what I'm going to show you is, let me show you. Should I hold off? All right, I'm going to hold off on that until I do the card. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to bring in, I did this simply stamped one. Let me bring in some other paper. Okay, so for another idea, I brought in a piece of Evening Evergreen because this stamp set, when you look at it, you think, okay, it's good for retirement. It's good with the sentiments. You could make it into a birthday, but I want to show you something else you can do. So I've got a piece of Evening Evergreen. I got that folded in half. I'm bringing in a piece of gold glitter paper. and one of those metallics. Now, normally, and I think I'm going to do this, because this is being covered, you know me, I like to save. I'm going to grab a punch. Because you're not going to see that. So I'm grabbing one of the, I'll put the name of the punch in the description. So I'm going to save that for another project. I don't know that I can get another one out. Let's see. Might be a little bit, yeah. I'll just do the one. I could do a smaller punch if I wanted to, but that's okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer that right on top of here. And I'm so excited. I have a, oh my gosh, I have a really cute idea for Monday. So you're going to want to check that out. Okay, that's a little crooked, so let's move that around. That's right, Kathleen. Sometimes you need to be reminded where you started from. And there's nothing wrong with simply, I like to call them sweet and simple cards. I used to do videos on those. I might have to start that again. Okay, so there we have that. Now what I'm going to do, I already cut this out for time's sake, because my husband does have an appointment today, but it's not till later, so I was able to do a live. I've already cut this out. Now I could have stamped that earlier, but I didn't. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this piece off here. Okay, so now I have that stamp that goes on there, and I'm not going to use the Stamparatus. I'm just going to lay that in there. And I'm going to bring in real red. And I am going to attempt to line it up. Now, this is where I was talking about two-step stamping. If you don't get it perfect and you don't have the Stamparatus to get it perfect, it will still look beautiful. Trust me, my friends. Okay, so we have that. Now I'm going to grab some Wink of Stella. And ever so gently, I'm going to add some Wink of Stella here. Now, again, I don't know how this card's going to come out. I have the idea of other cards I've done, but I'm not sure how this one is going to come out because I didn't use this before, and I'm doing it a little bit different. So a little bit of a card on the fly. Okay, so now I'm going to add that right here. Now, this I am going to add with dimensionals. Let me grab those. Don't forget my mystery giveaway. When you place an order with me, any order, any amount, you're going to get a free mystery gift. And that will be for the whole month or until the products run out. So get those orders in. Classes do not apply. Okay, if you order a class, that doesn't apply unless you do add-ons, then that would be an order, just so I clarify that. Also, just to clarify, my online classes, you have to sign up by the 10th, and everything gets sent out by the 20th. That's every month, okay? I know I have questions about that when you sign up. It's not automatic. You get it right away. Okay, whoop, not yet. I'm going to grab this sentiment, and I am going to be using, instead of the words from the Brightest Beauty, I'm going to be using the words from the Very Best Occasions. So I am going to grab my real red, and I'm going to grab Thinking of You. I'm going to stamp that right on this sentiment die. Oh my gosh, I love that. And I think I'll put that right there. Again, I'm going to use dimensionals. Oh, and a shout out to all my new team members. I have a few of them on here, I see. I definitely would love to have you on my team. Okay, so, all right, so that's the card for now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our cello bags. Have you guessed what it is yet? it's called a faker shaker. I'm going to put that in there. Now, the shaker cards, you use the strips of dimensionals and all that, but you can make a fake shaker card like this. I'm just going to grab a few more of those. I'm going to put those right in there. First thing I'm going to do is close that up. Don't want to see any of that cellophane. Get it all the way over to the side. And you can use regular tape to tape it down. I am actually going to see, do I have my... I'm going to try my tear tape. That's what I want to use with this. Yep. I want to keep that side down. You never looked at that set. And that's why I wanted to show this set. Okay, just looking for the end of my... There it is. So I'm going to put some tear tape here. I'm going to flip that this way. Got a little sequin there because I want it real tight. Now I have a shaker card without using the strips of adhesive that we normally do in the window sheet and all that. So this is a faker shaker card. And that's going to go right on the top of this card. And again, because it's, I want it to really lay down, I'm using my tear tape on this. And I'm going to go all the way around. Oh, great. Some mass producing tips. Okay, so one of the things is the Stamparatus and the Sweet and Simple cards, because you can place those on your Stamparatus and just do all the top pieces. Let me just stop for 1 second. So you can go ahead and do, let me grab it. You can go ahead and stamp all of these. Boom, 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 boom. Do all the green. Boom, 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 boom. And then all the yellow on top of it. As long as you're placing your paper in the right spot. And for that, what I would tell you is when you get where your plate is and you're going to put your paper right here and you lay it down with the magnets, put a little maybe pen mark or on here, pencil, and trace the outline in case your paper moves as you're putting a lot of them out there. I don't want to say banging out a lot of them, but banging out a lot of them. If the paper, when you take it out, you put it back in, you know you have it in the exact position. Or, of course, you could use your grid lines here on the paper. Okay, that's one tip I can think of, Kathleen. As I think of more, I definitely will let you know. And that's a good question because the Stamparatus is great for mass producing. If I'm just going to make one card, like say I was just making one of these, I might not use the Stamparatus, but if I needed to make like 30 Christmas cards, I would definitely pull that out. Okay, so I'm going to lay that on there. Now I have a shaker card. Oh, thank you, Molly. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my inside. And I am going to bring in, yes, I don't know if you guessed it, with a little more sparkle and a little less stress, this Christmas is the very best. So here's my point. This stamp set is not a Christmas stamp set. It's got retirement, stronger than you know, proud of you. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. However, if you look at this, you can take that, make it into a Christmas card with just putting Christmas sentiments on there. How do you like that? I like to get more bang for my buck. So if I can take one stamp set and get more uses out of it, that's what I'm going to do. The only thing different on this is you just have to add some Christmas sentiments. And I know you all have those Christmas sentiments. So again, you take the Brightest Beauty, add some red there, and then you're going to have a Christmas card. Now, I'm not done yet. I do want to add a little bow, but I'm going to do that on the outside of my card, of the faker shaker. You could also do it on the inside, but I'm doing it on the outside. And then just decide where you want the bow. If I put it down here, I have to make it smaller. I do want it down there, so I'm going to make it smaller so that it fits in my envelope. I'm going to bring it, okay, let's see. Yep, I'm going to put it right there. Again, I'm going to use a little bit of tear tape on this. My stamp and seal would also work, but I have my tear tape right next to me. Love the tear tape, especially when I send something in the mail and the envelope doesn't quite stay stuck, or I have to reopen the envelope. Oh my goodness, use your tear tape or your adhesive, your stamp and seal, and you can reuse that envelope. Make sure it gets there. Okay, I'm just going to tuck all that stuff inside. Actually, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat and do this. So there's some glue that I don't want, so I'm just going to get it out of there with my take your pick tool. It'll stay right on my silicone mat. I'm going to add that right there. Now the ribbon can overhang just a little bit. It'll still fit in the envelope, but I am going to cut it down just a little bit more. Do it this way. There we go. And now I have a Christmas card using, yes, the Stampin' Buddy, when you're embossing, is a must-have. So now we have a Christmas card using that stamp set. Not sure where I put my envelope. I know maybe I didn't stamp an envelope. But how's that for another idea? So let me show you some of the other cards that I've done with this set. So again, with the Simply Stamped card, I did the Christmas card. Just thinking of you, stamped right on the paper, and did a Simply Stamped card. Then I stepped it up. I added the die cut with dimensionals. I added the ribbon. I added the die here with the sentiment. And then there is that one. And then the first one that I did, making it into, you love the red one. This is the first shaker card, faker shaker card that I did with that same set. Thinking of you. And you see I have the ribbon on the outside, not on the inside. So there is the third. Simple stamping, casual stamper, avid stamper. They are all great ideas or cards. Not that I'm telling myself I'm great. But what I mean is you can take one stamp set and start as a new stamper and then build your way up. And here is the one we just did. You love the Christmas cards. I know, and who would have thought, right? When you look at this, you're not thinking Christmas. You're thinking any other color but. So let me bring in the yellow again. For the new stamper, we have a Sweet and Simple card. Oh, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Another Sweet and Simple card. That's the one we just did. So I have several of those. And then here we go. We stepped it up, added some ribbon, added the dimensionals with the die cut, and the die here with the sentiment on it. So this would be more of a casual stamper. And then, of course, you could do a faker shaker card and step it up even more. And then, of course, the other two cards that I've done with that was using the dies, the viney dies, and, of course, the blue with the Tahitian. So I hope you, oh, thank you, Carolyn. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. I really appreciate you guys. So that's how you make a faker shaker card. Very simple. And I mean, I love the way these look, don't you? I really do. And also the Simply Stamped card. Here we go. So when looking at a stamp set, my tip to you is think outside the box. I love the stamp set, but it's a Christmas stamp set. What else can I use it for? Well, you might be able to take a Christmas stamp set and use birthday sentiments and make it into a birthday card. And you might be able to do it the other way around like I did. Take an everyday, all occasion stamp set, change the colors up, maybe even designer series paper, whatever, and change the total look of what the stamp set is. I hope you enjoyed today's video, today's live, and I will be back Monday evening. So I hope each and every one of you have a great weekend. Leave me any comments or questions and I will answer those.